Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. We're back with another small space video, and we took a small break before this one because it was birthday season around here.
So many birthdays.
So many birthdays. It was Billy's birthday.
Hi.
And my mom's birthday. And Shay's birthday. And Navi's birthday. Everybody all rolled into one.
What are you pointing at there?
I was pointing at pictures. They're not there yet. What are you doing? So we had a lot of fun and family and even a lot of games, but we just took a break so that we could enjoy everybody's birthday. But we're back with some of the small games that we've been enjoying this month. And you will not be surprised to hear that 2 of those games are Button Shy and one's a Rollin' Right.
That's crazy.
You're stunned.
I never saw it coming.
Hey, when you know what you like, you know what you like. So the first game up is actually kind of a sequel to a game from Button Shy called Moving Pictures, which I had played previously, but you had not.
I had not.
And it is called Moving Pictures Dinosaur Outbreak, which is basically just a standalone re-theme of Moving Pictures. In this game, you are trying to edit together scenes from a movie that you have been shooting. And conveniently, they are numbered 1 through 16. So those of us who might not have been on set that day can still try to put them in order. The key here is that you're going to have 6, 7, or 8 scenes, depending on the round, to put together. There are going to be some cards that you can't see that are removed from that round, and there are going to be some face down that may or may not get placed face up. And without communicating verbally or cheating with your partner, you're going to try to put these scenes in order. Each of the cards has a power, like this card has to be swapped later on in the editing process, or you can't play this card if you have an even numbered card in your hand, making it even more difficult to get them in the right order before the day's editing is done. You do get 2 deleted scenes, so if you mess up, you have 2 chances to remove a mistake. But that is for all 3 rounds, which means you don't get 1 per round. And, good luck getting all the way through. It's a lot of fun. I think we had a really good time reading out the Dinosaur movie descriptions. They're pretty much standard action scene descriptions, but they're all shuffled out of order. I think that the theme, after you've played it a couple times, will be less important than putting the numbers together.
Once you've read through all the cards once, they're kind of the same cards still, but they're the puzzle of it is really fun.
Right, but it is really fun to kind of go to put your card down and watch your opponent not tell you not to put that card there, like
Plus the art is great.
Yeah, the art is fun. So we really loved Moving Pictures Dinosaur Outbreak, so much so that I even hauled out Moving Pictures the original again, which Billy hadn't played, just so we could compare them. Apparently, you can combine them
using the story is
using 1 number for each, but we found that to be a little bit crazy. But it's a nice little puzzle, one of those don't communicate with the rest of the folks kind
like
of
the
puzzles.
Crew, that game you love.
We are not no Crew.
But you love the Crew.
So anyway, Moving Pictures Dinosaur Outbreak was one of our first small games for this
Dinosaur
month.
Pictures Moving Outbreak.
I got it.
You keep almost saying it.
Next up is one of the newest Button Shy games, and that is Squabblin Goblins by Emma Larkins. And this one is just flat out adorable.
And mean.
They're very adorable and very mean goblins. All you're trying to do is get more points, I believe it's treasure, or jewels, than your opponent. That's it. It's a 2-player game. You're going to start with 6 cards face up on the table, 3 facing your opponent and 3 facing you. And on your turn, you can either play a secret card face down under one of the existing cards, or you can play a face-up card covering one of the existing cards. These cards can be great. They can give you 3 extra points or 2 extra points, or they could be super mean and take away something from someone else. The thing is, if you put a card face down, your opponent is going to assume that that's a good card, so they might try to steal it. So maybe you put a bad card face down, but then you take the chance that you get stuck with it at the end. So there's a lot of bluffing and back and forth with these adorable goblins.
It eventually becomes the scene from Princess Bride, trying to guess which cup it's in.
That is pretty much what's going to happen here. I think that this game will get even more fun the more you play it and the more familiar you are with each of the cards.
Yeah.
Because as we were pulling a card from the deck, it was always a surprise what was coming up because we hadn't played enough times to really get those under our belt. But once you knew that there was a really bad card still out there somewhere, or a really good card still out there somewhere, play however you want, then you were looking for it to try and hide it, or you can also put cards on your opponent's side, so you can just stack them right on their pile. This one's really a lot of fun, and I look forward to playing this more so that we can get a better appreciation for all those cards and so that I can squash your goblins. Oh, I'm sorry, Squabblin.
You can squash my Squabblin, yes.
Also, no matter how hard I try to say this, it usually takes me about 3 tries. But check this one out for a really cute, kind of mean 2-player game.
Squabble Gobbles.
Squabble Gobbles. The next one is a nice little roll and write called Rustling Leaves. And this one is by Paolo Mori, so lots of people were looking forward to this one. And I managed to get Billy to play it. And what, did this one feel like homework?
No.
No, because you call the games that I like homework.
No, I do not.
You did too.
Connor does.
No.
I never used the word homework.
You said boring.
I might have said boring. But this one's not. This one's very fun.
Not to get off track here, because this one isn't one of those. This is just a nice little game where you're circling leaves and flowers and birds.
Very relaxing.
It is, until the last round when your shapes don't fit. So all you're trying to do in here, you roll 2 dice, you take the numbers. If it's a 2 and a 3, you're gonna draw a 2x3 box surrounding certain icons on the sheet, and then you get to score 1 type of those icons. So you have to decide, are you collecting acorns or squirrels? Do you have enough bees for the flowers? Because some of them work in combination. Apparently you don't want to trap bears. That's bad. And it's very thematic. In the spring, you lose a point for trying to go across the river. In the fall, the river is so high that you are blocked from doing so. You cannot draw a shape across the river. In the winter, you can go across it. And you get points because it's frozen and I don't know, maybe you're ice skating. I'm not really sure. It's very thematic. It's very beautiful. And for a nice, quiet roll and write that takes about 20 minutes, I really enjoyed this one. I played it with Billy and I played it solo. I've played spring and summer and fall, but I haven't played winter yet. And winter has cute little fox. So there's 4 seasons, a great big thick pad of paper to play on that's all double-sided.
It's pretty much as thick as the box is.
Yeah, this is pretty much all pad in here. And it's not a really competitive one. It's not one where you're going to find like combo after combo after combo. If you like that, go play Hadrian's Wall. But this is more of just trying to plan ahead to make sure that you're getting all those shapes in there. And it's a little bit of press your luck because you're allowed to stop whenever you want. But if you go too far and you can't fit the shape in, you have to take a penalty. Mm-hmm. So you can decide to stop, which I never do.
You should also probably play it in pen rather than pencil. Yeah,
I will say the one thing that they could do better in this game is that it's very, very hard to see if you draw in pencil because the beautiful art is just there's not enough contrast. Mm-hmm. And the scoring conditions at the bottom of the sheet are very, very tiny.
Well, that one's not a problem.
I don't have terrible eyes, but zip it. But I had trouble reading them. And once you get used to them, it's fine. And the scorebook is...
I didn't have any trouble.
And the rule book is really good. But it is difficult if you don't know those scoring conditions to get them off the sheet for the first time. Because they're teeny. You know, small space, small scoring.
I thought they were perfectly legible.
You know what? Next up is a solo game. So Billy did not play it, but just sat and mocked. And that's one that I finally got off my shelf, and that is Black Sonata. I have been wanting to play this game for a very, very long time, and it absolutely did not disappoint. It is a solo hidden movement game, which seemed pretty much impossible until you played it, but it's based on finding the famous Dark Lady of William Shakespeare's sonnets. And what I really love, the little literature nerd in me, is that there is an entire booklet in here aside from the rule book that talks about the history of the Dark Lady and the sonnets. So absolutely adored that. On your turn, you're moving throughout London, you have a little pawn, and you get a clue to where the Dark Lady could be. So maybe she's at a tavern, or maybe she's at the docks, and you put a little marker on there, and her next clue, you know that she may be moved to the moneylenders or to a church. So you have to look at those pieces and see which one of them could have moved there. And you just chase her around getting clues. Every time you catch up with her, you get a clue that gives you hints to the traits you're trying to guess. You need to guess the 3 traits that the hidden lady has. And those are things like she's married, or she's a poet, or they were in love. Basically, they're just symbols: a heart, a ring, a crown. But those are the traits you're trying to find. And once you are pretty sure that you've guessed all 3, then you have to track her down again and confront her. Pretty much say, hey, are you the Dark Lady? And sometimes she says no. So the first time I played this, I sailed through this game. And I found her right away. I had all the clues. Perfect. Done. Won this thing quick. And I thought, well, this is easy. And then I lost 5 times in a row. And not only, and you lose when you've gone through the deck a certain amount of times. There's a little countdown card, which very cruelly says you lose when you get to it. Or you lose when you run out of cards that let you confront her. No, they're little fog cards, because sometimes she moves in the fog and you can't see where she goes.
Oh.
I love the artwork. I love the story. I love that it's based on Shakespeare. This was such a creative way to make a solo game out of a hidden movement game. And, you know, Billy gets a lot of fun out of mocking me and saying, oh, you should have known that. So,
because you're some kind of English nerd.
Yes, some kind of English nerd. I do think that we might do a video playthrough of this, and Billy will be happy to mock for your entertainment.
Absolutely.
But if you like this kind of thing, then you might want to check this one out. It's not very expensive, and it's pretty easy to find now. So that is our small video about small box games for this month. Have you played any of those? Are you looking forward to any of those? What small box games did you get to try this month? Because we are always looking for a good one.
Can you say Squabblin Goblins 3 times fast?
Can you say Squabblin Goblins 3 times fast? I said it though. Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
or if you'd like to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to find us on social media, including on our Discord, where you can hop in and talk about all the small games that you enjoy or any other games, all that information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
bye!
Is my hair going like really funny?
I don't know.
In this game, you are a director who is trying to edit together scenes that you have filmed.
Wouldn't you be an editor?
Shut up, the director's helping. Why do you have... One of the newest Button Shy games.
What was that pause?
I don't know, shut up. Why are you making fun of me today? We take a break and it all goes to hell.
One of the newest Button Shy games.